Hi and welcome in the Devlog number 5. This is Laurent, lead developer and game designer at Firewall Studio, and the subject today is specializations. In the last devlog, we started with the presentation of character progression. We explained that the character itself and the classes are separate. We've already posted an article introducing the system, but in this video I'm going to show a little better how it works, with some additional information. So, what is a specialization? It's kinda the equivalent of a class in a classic RPG. We call it specialization for a reason which I will explain a bit later. A specialization represents a set of passive and active skills that have a theme in common. Here is a list of specializations we've already announced. Swordsmen, which propose skills reinforcing the use of swords in combat to do damage but also to parry attacks. Pyromancer, which proposes the very offensive fire magic. Guardian, which is about defense and controlling enemies. Archer, for long distance attacks. And finally, Cleric, who uses light magic to heal and protect his allies. Each specialization has a main active skill. This skill or spell can be used at will and have no recharging time. It is acting as a filler, meaning that if no other more powerful skill is available, you will always have your main skill. All these main skills have a charging system represented by a small yellow bar under the icon. The longer you hold the trigger of your controller, the more powerful this skill becomes. But be careful, because they consume your energy continuously as long as you maintain it. For some spells, if you take damages while charging, it may be pushed back. Here I am at the training ground of Valentis City, just to show an example of main skills. The Fireball is the Pyromancer's main skill. When you press the trigger on your controller, a tiny little fireball appears. Oh cute! Your energy is then gradually poured into this fireball as long as you hold the trigger. It slowly gains power. The yellow bar shows this progression, but you will also see it at first glance as the fireball grows quickly. When you release the trigger, the fireball is launched. The more you charge it, the more damage it will do and travel a longer distance. Let's see the damage of this little fireball. Yeah, nothing crazy. But fully charged, currently up to 5 seconds, it's a 1 meter diameter fireball that you can launch. And its damages are very high. But if you charge a fireball for 5 seconds, be careful do not miss your target. That will be a shame. Second example with the swordsman's main skill, the slash ability. Just note that the visual effect is not finished yet. Oh, and you will notice some fire effects. You will understand why in a minute. So, for this skill, you can charge your energy in your blade. With your next attack, the blade will release your energy to increase damage and the range of your attack, allowing you to hit harder and get more targets more easily. If I maintain the skill while attacking, some of my sword swings will have enough charge to deal additional damages to my target. But if I let it charge a bit before attacking, I can unleash a very powerful attack in the area. In addition to the main skill, each specialization has several other active and passive skills. We will present them in the months to come. Passive skills can have a very wide range of effects. It's not always a boring percentage bonus. In fact, some passive skill can have a big impact on the way you fight. For example, a passive effect we plan for swordsmen is called counterattack. It grants a damage boost to your next attack for 3 seconds and is triggered after a successful parry. Each specialization also have 2 ultimate skills. They are the strongest skills that are unlocked at the higher level. And oh boy, they can drastically affect the outcome of a combat. Specializations are unlocked in different ways. The first, Swordsmith, is accessible from character creation. Very quickly after your first quest, you will meet NPCs teaching you new specializations. Sometimes, they can also be a reward at the end of a dungeon, or for a difficult event when you explore the world. This is what a specialization looks like in the interface. Not the presence of an experience bar at the bottom. This bar is slowly filled with experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests, just like the character's experience bar. So yeah, the experience you gain is useful for your character, for gaining level and talent points, as I said in the last devlog, but simultaneously it fills the experience bar of your active specialization. At the start, the main skill is automatically unlocked. Then, each time you fill a section of this experience bar, you unlock the associated skill. You can see that sometimes there are two skills unlocked at once, with a little arrow in between. This indicates that you have to choose only one of these two skills. It allows deeper customization of the specialization. It is possible to change your specialization at will when you are in town. It costs no money and you lose no experience. Just click on the badge, choose your new spec, and you're done. So now you have a good idea of what a specialization is, but you are not done yet. You noticed that there are two specializations in the interface. At level 10, your character will have not one, but two active specializations at the same time. You will be able to use the skills of both, and both will gain experience. If you look at the last part of the second specialization, it got cut. Indeed, you don't have access to the ultimate skills of your secondary spec. Instead, when both specializations are maxed out, you will unlock a skill that creates a link between the two specs. It is called the dual skill. This very special skill is usually a passive one. It adds synergies between the two specs so they can work best together. There is a dual skill for every specialization combo, but the order doesn't matter. For example, if you pick Pyromancer and Swordsman, your dual skill becomes Fireblade. Your blade is now imbued with fire, making additional fire damage every time you hit with it. It also affects your slash ability. The combination of the two specializations is now what we can call a class. Oh, and you can use two skills at the same time. And here is a teaser of all classes' names, but remember that they are all subject to change. Thank you for watching, and see you soon in comments, social media, or Discord. Bye!